college, most athletes learn to be, dedicated and get out there every day and run, but when you're 15, 16, that's not really in you just yet. But from the time I was 6 or 7 years old, that was something that I wanted to do, was get out there every day and train to do my best. One day when I'm done with college, maybe I'll be a housewife, or maybe I'll have a job, or who knows what I'll be doing. But when I'm in college and I have this opportunity to compete, why not take advantage of it? It's such a privilege to have the ability to do what I do and what my teammates do. So, I thought, like, why would I want to give that up when I only have maybe 4 more years where I can do this? Like, why not? I'm really close with my family. I'm extremely fortunate. I have probably the most supportive family that there is out there. Growing up, my mom and my dad were at every single race and every single practice. They always had a Gatorade for me at the end. And, because of that, I definitely wanted to go somewhere where I knew that they could be a part of my career still and they could still come to my competitions. So, I consulted with them throughout all my decisions, and that was huge to me, to be in an area where I could definitely still see them. Yeah, well, I'm kind of from the Springs. I moved here when I was pretty young, so this is a part of me. And then I went up to Boulder, and I just found myself not feeling passionate about something that used to be like just so in my blood that I couldn't, go a day without thinking about it, and I was dreading doing it. And so something was definitely wrong with that. So I decided that I needed to go, and I started talking to other schools, but deep down in my heart I knew that I needed to go where the magic always happened for me, which was in the Springs. I love it here, I love training here, and this was home for me. I think what really got me was the fact that this school is the perfect size for me. It's not too big, but it's not too small, and it's growing too. So I feel like I can come here and I have a great college experience, but at the same time, I'm never overwhelmed by having too large of a class or too many kids walking around campus with me. And I really like being a part of the team here too. The team has some really great people on it. Yeah, I love the Santa Fe Trail. There's a section, if you start at the Air Force Academy and you go about maybe 4 or 5 miles down to the south, you don't see anybody because it's another 4 or 5 miles to the next trail point. So for a few miles, I'm completely by myself, which is one of the reasons why I like running, because it's kind of solitary. So I love that spot. So I think the reason I like athletics and sports in general is I really admire anybody who pushes themselves and their bodies to a different limit. And when you're playing, basketball, or if you're playing hockey or another sport, you're competing in a way where you there's points that are constantly going up and down. And when I'm running, it's me who's kind of punishing myself. Like, I can push it as hard as I want to, or as not as much as I want to. It's completely up to me, and I like that because I feel completely in control. I think too, it's really fun to when I train, I don't really think about competing. It's almost like people run for fun every single day, and I don't really do anything different than that. But every couple weeks I have to go out and compete with other people, and that's always fun to see what you can do when somebody else is put into the equation. I think what it is I'm competitive, but I don't think that that's why I'm good at running. I think what separates me from other athletes is I just love running. I can't go a day or a second without thinking about it, and that's running is sometimes it's not that fun. You have to wake up really early, and it's it's pain management. That's the whole point of it, and it's kind of like it's boring sometimes, but because I love it so much, I won't give up on it, and I always keep at it even when times are tough. Yeah, I think so. I think one of the things I've actually been working on with the coaches is being a more competitive person. I think last year I was like, I want to be an All-American, and All-American is the top 40 in that race, which there's a lot of girls in that race. But this year, I think I'm going into it with more of a like, all right, I am an All-American. Let's see if I can, be up there in the top 10, or maybe even better than that. I mean, I can't control everybody else, like I said, but I definitely want to get out there and try for it. you know, to be more than just the average student, to excel at everything that you do and to be the best person and best athlete that you can be. I think here we have, the coaches, like Coach Mish, he's our men's coach, and one of the things about him that he's taught us is important to not only be a good athlete, but to be a good student and be a good person. And then Coach Kabatsky, he's also instilled really strong values in us to work hard and to be, honest with ourselves with what we can do. And I think that just representing those values and being a good representative of the school is what it means to be a mountain linear.